Where did you miss?
That room where has always shown me all the and stuff?
Yep.
No.
Lily!
The infinite hallway. I'll show you where we are on this chart, Renee. Renee, I'll show you where we are on the chart. Right over here.
Ours were sent in because
It's supposed to be Edith. It has wrong atoms. Dad, did you get your laptop?
Hey, as long as it's not midnight, I don't care. Or after 8:30.
Lily, come sit down unless you plan on speaking. She was 2 on the 4th of July. She's a very patriotic little child.
If you folks can find a seat, maybe we'll get started here. Hopefully. I want to welcome you all to London to the President's reception and the 30th biennial Doolittle reunion. I know that some of you have traveled a great distance, and there's a special welcome to all our American cousins that have come from far and wide. And I hope you all have a pleasant visit in our city here. I'm not used to speaking in front of groups like this. For a while I thought I'd rather be crawling around a burning building than up here where I am right now. But here I am, and we'll do the best we can. I trust you'll overlook any of our shortcomings here. Well, let's pause a moment and give thanks for the food that was prepared for us. I think the best way is up through that door in a minute. And food's back over there. Shall we pray?
Fold your arms.
Our Father, we thank you for this, for bringing us together from far and wide safely. And help us to remember those who are unable to be with us today. We pray that you'll bless this food for our nourishment. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now, if you just, you can spread your way around and go to that side and help yourselves to the food over there.
Can you show me what you're doing? Okay. Look at you! Oh, help me, it's the Olive Monster! Hi, cutie. Hi, honey. Where are ya? Eh? Hi.
Slid off the table onto the floor.
Yeah, I thought so.
Tip it too much further.
Nathan.
I get down for 10 cents, no, 15 cents a sheet, or 2 for 25, and I don't think I've sold more than 3 sheets. So I'll offer you a terrific bargain. If you, this is very high quality bond paper. I put it on good paper. If you will buy 25 sheets, we'll give it to you for $2.50, and that's 10 cents a sheet. And I think it cost me $9 to reproduce it on this good paper, so we're not making a lot of money.
They're a good businessman.
It looks nice, you know, it has the motto on it. I'm pushing the paper. And then the charts, I have those all there.
No, that's the
No, the
coat of arms.
the coat of arms, right. And if you buy a coat of arms, it's $1.25 or 2 for something less than that. Be sure you get an explanation of it, which is also on the table. And again, I would sure be thrilled if you'd buy it here instead of writing me about it next week. And then I have the chart, which is the same chart that's on the wall through the 10th generation. It's complete. And Ed or I or someone can show you how to find it, you know, look through it if you have something to start with. So, and $14 I think, and the postage cost on this is real high. So again, if you'd like to get it here, that'd be great. Also, I have every single supplement, and I copied a lot of them. They're there, every single supplement. So if you think you want a supplement, please buy it now. We'll send it to you later, but we'd rather you bought it now. So, thanks, welcome, cousins. It's nice to see everybody again. All this stuff is there for you.
Hi, Daddy.
Well, guess what? Our speaker didn't show. So you're in trouble. I'm in trouble, okay. What to do first? Well, I've got a little story here about a man that has a highway as a monument to him. He was a great Canadian motoring pioneer, and by 1927 he had driven more miles in Canada than any other Canadian to that date. He was a doctor, and he was Dr. Perry Doolittle. He was born in Aylmer, which is maybe half an hour's drive from here, in 1861. He obtained his medical degree at the Trinity University in Toronto. Now, more than 90 years ago, when motor cars were in their infancy, and the horseless carriage was not always popular. Some people thought they were driven dangerously, and they often frightened the horses. Dr. Doolittle was an avid racing cyclist. He was president of the Wheelmen's Association, and he's credited with inventing the bicycle coaster brake, which is still used today. And we have an article over there. There's a bit of a write-up on him if you want to look it over later. He spent his lifetime promoting better roads, road safety, as well as a highway completely across Canada. In 1903, he was the first president of the Toronto Automobile Association, and he helped to organize an early motorcade through Toronto with Sir John Eaton, R.Y. Eaton, John Moody, and several others. And the result of this event was the first automobile club in Canada. And the motto of that club was to develop interest in automobiling in Canada and assist in all that pertains thereto. 4 years later, the club became known as it became the Ontario Motor League, and in 1913 changed to Canadian Automobile Association. He was president of the CAA from 1920 until his death in 1933. 1933 was the year of our first family national reunion. It was held in Chicago. Today there are 3.5 million members across Canada in the CAA, and it is associated with the AAA. In the early 1900s, road travel was hazardous and messy, and the one-time mayor of Victoria, BC, Victoria, some of you were there at the reunion in '87 when it was out there. Anyway, the one-time mayor, back in those days, he was trying to encourage travel across Canada, and he offered a gold medal to the first person that could drive a car from coast to coast, Halifax to the Pacific Ocean. And our Dr. Doolittle, he made a valiant effort to accomplish that feat. And he took a 1925 Canadian-built Model T Ford, and there weren't roads in a lot of the areas, so what they did, he had flanged wheels so that he could fit them on a railroad track. And so he was switching wheels, and he covered 853 miles that way, pretending he was a locomotive, I guess. But the trip was not feasible, and the gold medal was not awarded until 21 years later. Two gentlemen in a six-cylinder Chev completed it and got the medal. But although Dr. Doolittle's cross-country trip was not completed, it was hailed as a turning point in the struggle for the major highway across Canada. And at the time of his death, in 1933, Dr. Doolittle had the satisfaction of knowing the tide had turned in the opposition to this modern form of transportation. And almost 30 years after Dr. Doolittle's death, Prime Minister John Diefenbaker declared the Trans-Canada Highway open. And I think the good doctor's spirit must have been present at that ceremony. Well, the next note says we are pleased to have so-and-so as our speaker this evening, but we'll just carry on past that one. In order for us to get further acquainted with one another, we're going to have each one of you just stand and give us your name and who you're married to, if you're married, who your children are, and if, you know, where you're from, and if there's something else you want to throw in there, why, just throw away. So I'll start off, and I'm President Larry Doolittle from London. I think you probably know that. My wife Catherine back standing against the rail there, and I'd like you all to know that she is the driving force behind this reunion. If it wasn't for her, I don't know where you'd be. I have 3 children. I have 3 children. Susan, where are you, Susan? Susan, right down here. And a son, Jim, and he's married to a nice girl called Karen. They're not here tonight, but I expect they will be tomorrow night. And I have another daughter, Sandra, and she's working.
He's also retired from the fire department and you're now unemployed. You all do all kinds of chores at home that don't get done.
Thank you. So, why don't we start with Frank and Lois Knight, and we'll work the rows back this side, and then we can work the middle. That's it.
We're from California, and we have two sons, Bob and Don, and I wish they had come. I'd like them to meet all of you.
Well, tell them who else you are.
Who else I are?
You're vice president.
Oh, Vice President, and I'd like to all the fun in 2 years to come to California. We'd love to have
Red Doolittle from Connecticut. I have two brothers, one of them's here, Doug Doolittle. I'm a TV repairman, so watch out.
He didn't tell you at all. He's also a NASCAR enthusiastic guy for all his life. Old number 52. He runs down in Connecticut and different places down there. I'm Doug Doolittle, and my brother Walter, a lot of you know Dr. Doolittle. He's working instead of coming to the convention. I got 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl, and they're all in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The Air Force sent me to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and they never sent me any place else after that, so I stayed there and retired there. And I consider myself very lucky. The kids, 3 kids to go to 4 years to the same high school and be in the military is quite an accomplishment for them, you know. So consequently, they developed a lot of friends, and they're all staying there. My wife is from Scotland. She's not here, and she's home taking care of the grandson and the animals.
Maybe we can get a little noise down here.
Pretty good. Come up here.
You got it.
They can walk up there.
Why don't they come up to here?
Do you folks mind just coming up here?
Yeah, 'cause then we can-
Because then we can hear what you're saying. It's a little hard in the back there.
Take one.
Turn it the other way, Larry. There you go. I got it. Do it again, Larry. Just sit here for a while, so listen to him. It's okay.
This is the first time I have ever spoken.
Well, Susan,
Or I'd say in front of a crowd. I detested it. I'm Barbara Thomas Sugg. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I had lived down there a long time where they put Cajun food.
Oh, that's good.
Cajun, maybe I don't need
Just
y'all.
don't touch it. There you go.
That's it.
Get right up close to it.
You're doing fine.
Now, where was I?
That's good.
your
Cajun food.
Cajun food.
Cajun food. I have a son, I'm divorced. I have a son and his wife, and I have 2 grandchildren. One granddaughter, be 16, and my grandson is 14. And I'm retired, and I'm just glad to see all of y'all. My dad is a former, or was a former president of the Doolittles.
Good, good.
I'm Barbara's sister, Jean Thomas Watson, and I'm from Linden, Louisiana, near Shreveport. That's in the northwest part of Louisiana. I have 1 son, 3 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. Oh, nice. Yeah, I hear about this.
here. Hi, I'm Mary Jane Crusoe, and I was named after my grandmother, Mary Jane Doolittle, who was also a teacher. And I came with my sister, who was a teacher, Georgia Donovan. I live in Binghamton, New York, and I have 5 children, a husband, Don. But I had my first vacation because of this reunion without my husband, so that's something new. And getting to be with my wonderful sister.
This is my 3rd reunion. I'm from a little town called Shingle House, Pennsylvania, pretty little town. It's the only one in the world with that name. I have 4 children, 10 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild.
What Shingle House here?
It's near Olean, New York. It's 16 miles just below, near the New York State border.
Hi, I'm Doris Healy and my husband Albert. Sorry. Okay. Is that better? Okay. I can't see you then. Well, where was I? Oh, my husband. We have 2 children, a son who is not here, who is married and has 1 daughter. And we have a daughter and son-in-law and grandson who are supposed to be here, but they evidently have left. We're from Louisville, Kentucky, all of us. And we've been coming to the reunion since 1973. And we enjoy it very much.
Let me butt in here just for a second. I want you to know that the Healys took over when we lost our president a number of years back and ran the reunion in Louisville.
And they did a mighty fine job of it, too. This is my mother, Gladys Doolittle, and my father went to the 2nd reunion in 1935, and there's a picture over there of the group with my father in it, and as well as a few other people's fathers that are here today. So, meet my mother, Gladys Doolittle.
Hello, everybody. Glad to meet you all. I have no fixed address at present. I just go from one place to another.
Is it too crowded?
No, just go back so they don't get
I'm Lori Doolittle Danahy. I'm your secretary, and I have a hard act to follow with Norma Anderson, who was our secretary for so many years. Larry and I are second cousins. What did he just said something that, about the connection. Golly, now I can't remember what it was. But my dad, oh yeah, my dad was the first Canadian president, and we had the first time it was ever outside the United States was in 1951 in Niagara Falls, Ontario, when my dad was president. My sister is here; she was at that, and let's see. I guess this is about my 4th. I sort of dropped out along the way, but there's a chapter in Volume 8 of The Family that was written by my late husband on the Ontario, mainly our branch of the Ontario Doolittles. We really didn't branch out into the Aylmer bunch and anybody but us. But if any of you are going to be around for a while afterwards, down in Prince Edward County, there are a lot of Doolittle graves down there, a United Empire Loyalist graveyard, and then the other one where a lot of our branch are buried. So maybe you'll hang around and look around. I'm glad you're all here. forgot. I have 2 sons and 6 grandchildren.
You got them too and the connection.
Hi, my name is Kathy Bolton, and my name is Kathy Bolton. I'm originally from Toronto and now living in London, Ontario. My grandmother was a Doolittle, so I saw it in the paper. Larry put it in the London Free Press, and I went, "Oh, maybe there'll be a couple of Doolittles. I'll meet some." And then I learned, boy, do I have a lot to learn. But it was great. It's great meeting all of you. This is really cool.
Hi, I'm Linda Doolittle. Laird, my husband Tom, my mother you just met, and my brother is president. I have 2 children, a daughter who's here, and her husband is working, and I have a son who's working as well. And we're expecting our first grandchild in September, and we're thrilled about that. And my mother does have an address, it's with me.
I'm Earl Doolittle from North Mississippi. Other relatives went to South Mississippi. My great-grandfather was one of the founders of the Doolittles of America in Chicago in 1933. And I'm married to Joanne Maddox Doolittle. We have 3 children. 7 grandchildren, and now 2 in-law grandchildren.
What do I feel like? Is this punishment going to the blackboard? I'm Jim Doolittle. We come from near Ithaca, New York, where my wife Carol and my son Larry, that's Larry waving in the background, own and operate a winery down there, and by deference, I'm not going to tell you what my room number is tonight because I haven't enough. It's our second reunion, and I'm really surprised to see everybody here.
My name's Pat Doolittle. I'm from Forest, Ontario, which is about 50 miles towards the lake. I don't really know which direction this lake you're in. And it appeared in the London Free Press that there was going to be a Doolittle reunion. And I spent the next week of my life with everybody asking me if I was going to go to the reunion. I didn't notice it, so here I am. It's my first one. I'm enjoying it. Good. I have no children and no grandchildren and no wife. No bachelor.
Before anybody else gets up, in the newsletter a couple of times.
Are you on the train? What sound does a train make?
Tick, tick, choo, choo.
Okay, good job. So show me where Mama is, okay? Come on, let's go get Mama.
Hi.
Hey, Renee.
Hi.
What you doing?
I'm reading a few paragraphs of my book.
Okay, great. Alrighty.
It's my turn.
Hold on.
Hi, Gracie.
Take this sound of a train again.
What does the train do? Check, check, choo, choo. Good job. Libby, what does the train make?
Don't get that close up.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. Checka, checka, choo, choo.
Okay. Mom?
Chugga chugga choo choo.
My truck from bathroom. Chug chug choo choo. Oh, press it.
I did press it.
Hot belt.
Okay, back out the window.
Press it. That's it.
Wanna see?
This is what Olivia's seeing right now.
Okay.
Libby.
You're in Chicago then?
No.
It's like a Catholic church. It's pretty. So where's the Sears Tower?
I don't know.
It's like the tallest building in the world if you're doing it. We're way far up here. You know, it's weird. There it goes again, huh?
They wanted this slip. So it's when they took it up to what they call an area to dry, such as this right here with shells blowing here, or even on the ground, they can dry it out there. And then when they sit it down to remove it, it will slide off there and not tear the corner.
I'm so sorry.
I sort of got your picture.
Hey, Leisha. Hi.
It was a bad out. Grace, put your glass down, you silly cat.
Olivia.
Renamed it.
Renamed it City of Joseph, City Beautiful, City of Joseph, Nauvoo. City of Joseph, City Beautiful, City of Joseph, Nauvoo.
By the year 41, population grew 11,000. By the year 42, the Scots came.
The Scots came.
The Danes came.
The Danes came.
The Welsh came.
The Welsh came.
The Saints came.
The Saints came. City of Joseph, City Beautiful, City of Joseph, Nauvoo. City of Joseph, City Beautiful, City of Joseph, Nauvoo.
Our city charter far exceeded those other cities that had been deeded.
Oh!
Livy. Livy.
Oh. I thought you were going. Gracie! Gracie, smile! Livia! Livy!
Put your cup down, baby.
Olivia, Gracie!
Don't make him smile. Livy!
Livy! You guys are so silly.
Livy!
June 27, 1844, dawned cloudy and wet in Carthage. By mid-morning, the air was hot and humid. The prisoners received a few visitors. They also read, conversed, and wrote letters. Joseph wrote to his wife.
Dear Emma, I am very much resigned to my lot, knowing I am justified and have done the best that could be done. Give my love to the children and all my friends, and may God bless you all.
By afternoon, the mood grew somber. Joseph asked John Taylor to sing a favorite hymn.
Poor wayfaring man of grief hath often crossed me on my way, who stood so humbly for relief that I could never answer nay. I had not power to ask his name, whereto he went, or whence he came. Yet there was something in his eye that won my love, I knew not why.
About 5 p.m. on that hot, sultry afternoon, a large group of armed men, some with faces blackened to disguise their identity, headed for the jail. The prisoners hurriedly closed the door and tried to hold it shut. Members of the mob fired into the door. The first shot grazed the lock. A second came through the door, striking Hiram in the face and killing him almost instantly. A hail of bullets whizzed through the air as the door was forced ajar. John Taylor tried to push away the rifles with his walking stick. Then he stepped back toward the window. He was struck in the hip by a bullet. Another ball from outside struck his watch, knocking him back into the room, onto the floor, and almost under the bed. Joseph also started for the window. 2 bullets from outside struck him in the chest. 2 other bullets hit him in the back. He plunged through the window to the ground below, mortally wounded. When Joseph fell, the mob rushed downstairs to see if he was dead. Willard Richards ran to the window and looked down at the prophet's body. As he turned to leave the room, he heard a gasp.
Take me with you.
He pulled the wounded John Taylor from under the bed and hid him in the dungeon cell, thinking the mob would probably return. Outside, someone yelled, "The Mormons are coming!" The mob turned and fled. By morning, many of the townspeople had also fled, fearing vengeance for the death of Joseph and Hiram. But the warning shout and the fear it expressed were unfounded. The vengeance never came. The Latter-day Saints were stunned. Joseph and Hiram were gone. John Taylor and Willard Richards survived to bear this witness.
Joseph lived great, and he died great in the eyes of God and his people. And like most of the Lord's anointed in ancient times, has sealed his mission and his works with his own blood. And so has his brother Hiram. In life they were not divided, and in death they were not separated.
Joseph and Hiram were able to complete their most important mission in life, and that was in assisting with the restoration of the gospel. Willard Richards went west with the saints. He was the counselor to Brigham Young, and John Taylor also went west and was the third president of the LDS Church. And they both lived to be quite old men. The mob felt with Joseph and Hiram gone that the church would fall to pieces and go away, so they left the saints alone for a few months. And then when they saw that it was continuing to grow and flourish under the leadership of the apostles and Brigham Young, then they began their persecutions again and kept it up until the saints left the area. And I'm really grateful to Joseph and Hiram and the many others who endured so much to restore the gospel. I really enjoyed it, appreciated and loved it as a part of my life. And I enjoyed being here in this building and in this room, knowing that such wonderful people were here at one time, and the things that they did for us. We end our tours at this point. We do have just a minute we can take if you want to, if you have any comments or questions that you'd like to ask here. We might mention that, excuse me, this is the original door. This piece was cut out by a carpenter, and they found it in his toolbox about 100 years later. He was keeping it as a souvenir, and it was restored at that time to the door. I think Hiram was probably behind her holding the door shut. And he was struck by the side of the face, and he fell right here in this area. And Joseph Smith was standing on the side here. When he saw his brother fall, he did fire some shots out in here to the mob. He had been given 2 little handguns during the day. Had given the first to Hiram and had kept the second gun. And those 3 wounded men were later seen at Warsaw, but they left the area because they could be identified. We'll give you just a couple of minutes if you'd like to take them.
Let's take a picture first. Gracie knows.
Olivia. Hello.
Hi.
Where's Leisha?
On the right-hand side, you'll see a statue of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. This was sculpted by Frederick Hibbert in 1925 and is one of the first statues ever sculpted of fictional characters. Over to the left of the statue, you'll see close to 200 stairs that go to the top of Quantico, where a lighthouse is located. Once you get up to the top of those stairs, you can go into the lighthouse. It's a beautiful view. As you can see, the Mark Twain Boyd at home. It went through a $500,000 renovation in 1989. They found a picture and they noticed there were these 2 rooms and a fireplace. Across the street from that, you'll see the Becky Thatcher bookshop, and upstairs in that building is Laura Hawkins' child at home as it was when she was a child. Closer to us, you'll see the Clemens Boff and the tall skinny building, and down here on the corner we have the Grant's drugstore, also known as the Philister House. Originally built in Cincinnati, just assembled and shipped here by steamboat, reassembled on this corner in the 1830s. The bottom floor was used as a drugstore, and the top floor was used as the Grant family living quarters. When the Clemens family had financial troubles, they moved in here with the Grant family. For Mr. Clemens, Mark Twain's father, died at the age of 49.
Keep walking, Alicia. Alicia.
These are what? They won't fall down on the...
No, they won't fall down. Let's go catch up with Alicia. I'm sorry.
Scary, scary.
No, it's not scary. That man's misery. That's called the alligator.
Huh?
Here, girls, stop.
Girls. Is it big alligator?
Libby.
For 100 years. So we do have a couple famous faces in this room. Anybody remember this person? Abraham Lincoln. In the middle where those little rivets are, that's called brimstone. And when those rivets split apart due to erosion and begin to hold pools of water, those are called travertine dams. As we go around the corner, the next formation you'll see is called Aladdin's Palace. It is
Mama, what is that pink line they're talking about?
See, if you look at the very end, there's something that looks like a sea lion right there. See?
Isn't that pretty up there, Mom?
Wait.
Marriage Corner. Her last name was also Brady, if you wondered if this person was
Where are we, Gracie?
She went home and did some research and found this person was
Are we in a
her
cave?
great-grandfather.
Are we in a
A year
cave?
later, she and her fiancé came back to their
I
marriage
am in
in
these
his honor. There have been 4 weddings in the cave since then. The last one was in 1983.
You just got it.
That was my own money.
It'll be my money, so they're all dry.
Look at what's over there. Oh, that's a barge pushing something.
The elevator over there is part of Bundy Corporation, one of the largest train shippers in the U.S. We ship $250 of soybeans down here.
Look at that. Look how far we
Get the water out of that facility. There's still 14,000 acres of land over there
Leisha.
that can't be used.
Leisha.
Covered in sand and some
Hi.
places it's 8 feet deep.
What you doing?
They can't turn that sand under because they
Of
did
what?
that after the flood of 73. They just be bringing
Cool.
it back to the surface.
Yeah.
They say to clean that mess up costs about $1 million an acre.
Now, when Sam was just 12 years old, his father died, and he had to go work at the Missouri Journal as an apprentice printer for a man named Mr. Joseph Ammon. Not too long after he made that move to the Journal, his older brother Orion purchased it from Mr. Ammon, as Sam had to take orders from his older brother. Now, their business seemed to be doing pretty well for a while, but they started having some financial problems, and the boys moved the business into the basement of their home. Now, one day, Sam and Orion left the home, and they forgot to shut the doors behind them. And so a cow made a someone take you to the back entrance instead.
front entrance is made for Model A's, Model T's, as well as horse and buggy. And the front entrance to the mansion is coming up on your right side. Looking over to your right, you'll also see Cliffside Inn, another bed and breakfast here in town, and the third and final home that Mr. Wilson B. Pettibone will show you. This is the actual home where Mr. Pettibone died. 1924, this house was empty for nearly 43 years, and during that time, the local children of Hannibal broke into the basement, jumped up and down the furniture, played in the home, and vandalized it. But a statue of Congressman William Henry Hatch.
That's a dead fish. Can I try?
I can't do it like you're taping.
Spitting. Bad boy. Spitting. Bad boy. Slimy. No.
Okay.
No. Dad, there's a bird that's over here.
Try it once, okay?
No! Look!
Okay.
Jesus wants me for something to shine for him each day. Jesus wants me for a sunbeam to shine for him each day. Jesus wants me for sunbeam to shine for him each day.
Yay,
Yay!
Gracie!
Good job.
Good job!
I'm gonna kiss Daddy. Now I'm gonna kiss Livy. Got a kiss for me? I love you, Mommy.
Who's that, Olivia? You see that on TV? Who's that on TV? Is that you?
Alicia.
Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Is that Olivia? Is that Olivia's feet? That's your feet?
Try on that one, okay?
Shall we sing a song together? Okay. Come here. Alicia, come here. Come here.
Well, I just like kissing everyone.
Okay. Let's sing a song together.
You did well too.
I
Love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Hey, Alicia, this is recording.
It is.
Smile, you're on candid camera. Is that the song? Smile.
Creek. It's a big touristy kind of place. It costs like $9 to go on those bumper cars for 3 people. There's Gracie. What you doing, Grace?
I'm on the chair.
You're in the chair, huh? And there's Scott.
Sweaty Scott, she's gonna fall.
Sweaty Scott. Okay.
Come here, Livy.
Ah, Livy. Bye. Hi, Livy. What you doing? Oh, she's drinking a Pepsi. Alrighty. So this is Sawyer Creek. This is our second day in Hannibal, Missouri. And so far it's been lots of fun. Yay!
I think you can see it, Livy.
Dad, do you know my camera?
Yeah.
Look at, yeah.
Welcome to Lover's Leap, honey.
Hi.
Care to take the plunge?
Thanks.
Are you going there? Or in there? I'm going there, I'm going there. I'm going there, I'm going there. I'm going there, I'm going there.
Shot at Hannibal.
Olivia! I'm going there or there? Come on, Livy. When it gets closer, I can't see.
Let's look out there.
See up there.
I can see.
Sure you
I'm
can.
Here and I can see. See, put your eyes up to the surface.
Probably a railroad we sent it over 10 years ago. See if they got the one side.
Livy,
And I got owies.
Olivia.
Can you help me get up there?
You don't need to.
No, you're not there.
No. Yeah, I see one. on, third deck up, 2 people.
I see 3. I see 3 too.
See the pipe organ? See the steam coming out of it?
Come here, Grace. I'll let you. Look with me now. Look at, wave at him. Wave at him, baby. Wave at you. Oh, they're waving at you, Gracie. Yay! No, it's a much bigger one this year. It is.
That's a baby boat.
That's a little boat.
Little boat. That's a baby boat. Baby boat.
Mississippi in this area, built in 1936. First bridge for about 500 miles. It was so popular, it cost $2 million to build. They charged a nickel toll to get across it, and they paid for it in 23 months. The dedication was held in September of 36, and then President Roosevelt came to Hannibal and rode in the first car across the bridge. Well, there's a little sidelight here. I'll tell you a little bit more about large tows later on in the trip. But we do have a large downbound tow. Just getting ready to make the railroad bridge. The train just crossed. And they're in the process of trying to raise the bridge there. Up in the up position. While the tow will come down through and head on down the river. Up on our left over here, we got the lighthouse at Carter Hill. That was built in 1935 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Mark Twain. Got the name of Cardiff Hill from when he lived in Europe. He lived in Wales and the hills around his home, which he was fond of and called the Cardiff Hills. But he touched like a telegraph key in his office in Washington, D.C. And it lit the lighthouse here in Hannibal. These barges right beside us are owned by the Corps of Engineers, and they're putting riprap rock on those, and they're repairing some of their wing dams. That's what's used to control the channel of the river that were damaged in the flood of 93. And also we had a fair. Well, we got up here. Somebody up here trying to get our attention. It's marine law. If anybody truly has been following, we have to land the system. So I guess I'll go over there and take a look. And have a little Tom and Huck to me, or I don't know, maybe that'll be Tom and Becky. I don't know what they got there. What's that sign say? You got a cold or something? Huh? You got a cold? Oh, I see now. They got 3 goals. There's a pile of them. Tell you what, we could just get over there and scare them off. Let's see. How could we do this? The crew needs paid. I tell you what, on the count of 3, all the men and boys, I want you to look real ugly and shake your fist at them. Come on, guys, get ready. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey! You guys, that wouldn't scare the mayflies off. How about you gals? I bet you can scare them off. Here we go, gals. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Oh, my God, they're shooting at us. Let's get out of here. Well, that's the Hannibal Outdoor Theater Group. They perform out south of Hannibal on Highway 61. They have a dinner theater out there. In the evening, they'll be handing out some literature as you disembark the boat this afternoon. Gray outcropping there that has no foliage over.
Watch where you're going.
Mom!
That way? Where are you, honey?
Huh?
Where are you?
I'm at the St. Louis Zoo.
What day is it today?
Today is our 10th anniversary.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, baby. Do you want to get your picture with the elephant?
May I have your attention? There will be a storyteller, the children's zoo in the outdoor amphitheater at 11 o'clock. There will be stories of Africa.
Here, you come sit up here so I can take your picture.
Hi, Gracie.
Ready? Gracie.
He's upside down.
Yeah, he is.
He's a show off.
He's upside down. And he's up there because he's upside down now.
Yeah.
There he goes again. He's a show off.
Ready? What's the way you can tell that this bird is a predator? That's right. That's a very good clue. Now come around and remember 2 fingers and just on the back of the tail. Would you like to touch it? Very gently. Oh, good. Thank you. Trixie, give him back. Remember, this is from Missouri. This isn't Africa.
The bird over there.
Ooh. I don't need pet.
Good morning and welcome to the St. Louis Children's Zoo. In just about 15 minutes at 11 o'clock, there will be a short live animal presentation in the rear outside portion of the Children's Zoo, behind the wooden walkway and at the wooden benches. Once again, in just about 15 minutes at 12 o'clock, there will be a show.
Come out here.
Gracie, look at Mama. Mama has a butterfly in her hand.
Okay, turn around. Got butterflies on your head, honey.
Look at that.
Like at home. He won.
Gracie, do you want to get out so you can see? No, do not stand on my
Gracie. Hi. When we get into those little
Argentina. I was there in 1990. And Mayo Ken? Exit to your left. You didn't die. Oh, Mars is great. Yeah.
Should one of us sit on that side?
No, I think we'll be fine. Hello. We're going up the arch right now.
By the way, my dad's taking this.
No. Hi, Gracie.
What's this?
We're going to go up in the arch. Remember that big tall arch thing?
What?
Up in
See,
it.
look it. There is a window. This has a door on here.
Yeah.
It's a big ride on here.
It is. It's a big ride.
Go. Get on, horsey.
Goes chicka chicka choo choo.
We're going up the
Hi.
arch. We're going up the arch. Hi, over there. Yeah, we're going. It's scary now. Not scary now.
We're going straight up now, and then we're going to go that way.
We're flying away. Oh, there's Mars and Jupiter and Venus. Oh,
How you doing?
and Pluto. Oh, great.
We're almost there.
Are we going slowly
They've
now?
been upstairs before.
Yeah. See all those stairs?
We're gone now.
Folks, for those wishing to depart, both trams are now loading for departure.
You ready to go?
Yeah, play the game so I can say. Folks, once again, for those people interested in leaving, both trams are now loading for departure.
Libby, look at Mama. Libby.
I got you, Olivia.
Oh, I see down there. Oh, that's She said that's up.
My ride.
When I got on first, I said,
Folks, I still had 3 groups of 2 down here on this tram for those people wishing to leave. I'm ready. Let's talk to the young lady in the green shirt. Young lady in the green shirt. You can see this. It is. Man, y'all taking that picture. It's all over together.
Is that a naturally
Oh, yeah. Folks, I still have 2 empty cars in the North Tram. There are 2 empty cars still for those people wishing to leave. Hey, Renee.
Hey.
Camera. Supervisor.
Do you want to get someone to take our picture?
Sure.
No, someone who's not in our family.
Grace.
There's the big arch. And here's Leisha. Where did we just go for lunch, Leisha?
On the McDonald's store.
I guess you can't. You see it? It's down there somewhere. The Riverboat McDonald's, huh? Cool. Oh.
Oh.
And Daddy's throwing boomerangs underneath the arch. I have no idea where the boomerang went, but I'll just kind of pretend like I... Oh, he's running. Run, 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 run. Okay. There he is. He's gonna throw that baby again. World champion boomeranger Scott Husky goes up to the plate. And he throws. And it's a good one! It's got a little wind here today. There's Olivia and Grace playing their boomeranging too. Oh, Gracie's giving Olivia some really hot tips on how to boomerang. Olivia apparently is an expert already though, because she isn't taking those tips very well. Here's Scott at the plate again. And he winds up. Is he gonna wind up? I don't know. Oh, there he winds up and he throws. Where did it go? Come on, you can do it. Oh. Boom. Here he's throwing again. Oh, and a big wind just came up. I bet that one. Oh, he's running, he's running, he's running. Yes, he caught it. Yay! Shh. The crowd goes wild. Yep, we're still here under the arch. That's what it looks like when you're sitting under the arch in the grass. That's what the river looks like. And that's what the arch looks like. Zoop.
We went inside there.
Yeah, we went inside there, didn't we, Leisha? What was it like going up the arch?
You're just in a little like car slide.
Or like a little capsule, huh? How long did it take?
On me.
Took
About 4 minutes.
Good. Do you like it up there?
Yeah.
What'd you see?
Oh, we were on the top?
Oh, Scott has given me the call. Oh. Let's see.
Woo, woo. Come on, Daddy. Let's go. Woo, woo.
There he is.
Daddy, let's go. Come on, Daddy. You can do it. Put a little power.
Go, Scott. Go. Oh, he throws it. Will he catch it? No. Oh, Livy, good throw. Good throw. Hey, you little cutie. Here she comes.
She's coming around.
Here comes Gracie. Hi, Gracie. Oh my goodness. Here he goes again. Oh, got it! Yeah! Yay! There's the conquering hero now.
Don't worry, my dad's crazy. It's my trip! So weird, couldn't believe it.
Ah! Space cam! There's Gracie. She's gonna throw the boomerang. Yes! Oh, wonderful throw!
I'm gonna go see if I can throw this boomerang. Hey, Gracie, can I throw it? Mommy.
Hi, Livy.
Yes, it.
There she is. Perfect. All right. Oh, help me.
These are the boomerangs. Scott took it.
Did you do that? Oh, cool. 4 times.
Okay. Where's our car?
It's right over there. We're going to walk to it. Change the
Boom.
Okay.
Up we go.
Okay, throw one more time.
Don't get anybody.
All right,
Good
great.
addition.
Let's go get it.
Good addition.
Help me. It's just up past the Iowa border.
Up north, mid.
Yeah. What? Trespassing means don't go in here. You don't own it.
Yeah.
The discoloration of the wood.
Yep.
See, the blackboards were on the wall.
Yeah.
Then you see the flue, which it had a old pot. The Husky Gold's buried on the farm, but nobody's ever found it.
Oh, that's neat.
My dad's lizard.
Yeah.
My dad's great-grandfather died of a stroke, and before he could tell anybody where it was buried, he lived for 3 days after he had the stroke, but he couldn't speak. And matter of fact, my dad's brother helped him build. He buried it in cedar. And if you're familiar with Missouri native cedar to this area, it never rots.
Well, that's like Oregon cedar out in
Yeah,
Oregon.
but
It never
actually
rots.
this is a little bit better cedar than your western
Uh-huh.
cedar. And what he did, he took a big cedar log, he hewed out the center and put plugs
Uh-huh.
on it.
Okay.
And then he, but anyway, it's $1,600 gold pieces.
Wow.
$1,600 in gold and then an odd amount of silver dollars, but it's never been found.
Interesting. That's neat.
Yeah, one of these days we'll plow it up.
My classroom is twice as big as this.
Your classroom, right? This
Yeah.
would be something for you to tell all your students back home, won't it?
Yeah. You can see the mechanisms in the windowsill here.
Here, you know, you can see where the thing, the old wash basin was hung here.
Mm-hmm. Like.
He was born in 1813.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
right. They go right next door.
1813 was when my father was born.
Uh-huh.
So I would say this was built before around 1800, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Or 1913, I'm sorry, 1913.
1913,
It was
okay,
built
that makes-
I would say it's built in before, anywhere from 1876 to 1900.
I have an idea. Would you mind if we took one of these pieces of wood? We have an idea for a frame. One of the pictures that we took,
I
we'd
would
actually
rather see
frame
somebody
it.
like you give.
Come on. Come on inside the old schoolhouse.
What are you videotaping now?
Well, there's these stones here that Gracie's stepping on that were originally around the foundation of the original schoolhouse. I'm just going through here. Looks like a corner right there to there.
Gracie, I can't see Livy.
Gracie, can you move and let Livy have a turn?
There. Gracie, I can't. Livy.
Is it the blue or green one, Daddy? Can we go watch a movie? I want to go watch a movie. I want to go watch a movie. Sister? Sister?
See, it goes along
Here's the Mormon trail.
They could have just gone like that.
There they are.
Want to potty?
We just took you.
And you said that big one.
Daddy's filming.
Hey, look it.
Yeah, it's a wagon.
Can I get a picture of this, guys?
I did.
No, can Mommy get? It says Oregon on it. Oregon. Still means it's Oregon. And none
Olivia.
Stone here and another foot of stone, and then the timbers. These are all the timbers that you see, and then they put rock upon the roof or the ceiling, where it was literally impossible for anyone to escape this jail. I have seen a lot of pictures in my lifetime of jails, but I've never seen one constructed so heavily, like they expected to get hit, I have to say.
A 19th century historian who visited the Liberty Jail wrote this description.
There are two heavily barred openings in each side. With the exception of the door, there is no other means of ventilation. The rock walls are 2 feet thick, and in building them, a space of about 1 foot was left between the rock and timber, which space was filled up with loose rock. Thus, the prison walls are virtually 4 feet thick. Several loads of rock were also placed on top of the log ceiling in order to make escape through the roof impossible.
Joseph Smith and 5 other prisoners, Sidney Rigdon, Hiram Smith, Lyman White, Caleb Baldwin, and Alexander McRae, were brought to the Liberty Jail on December 1st, 1838. An eyewitness recorded.
They were all in one large, heavy wagon with a high box. The inhabitants of Liberty and many of the surrounding country were out to witness the entrance of the prisoners into the place. And many expressed their disappointment that the strangers should so resemble all other men. The prisoners left the wagon and immediately ascended the south steps to the platform. One by one, the prisoners entered. Joseph Smith was the last. He turned partly around and, lifting his hat, said in a distinct voice,
"Good afternoon, gentlemen."
The next moment he passed out of sight.
If you'll come in a little.
The next 4.5 months were miserable in the jail. It was cold and damp. The men spent most of their time crouched in the dungeon because the ceiling was too low to stand erect. They rested on dirty piles of straw spread on the jagged rock floor. The food was coarse and filthy. They were allowed a few visitors. Joseph wrote to his family and friends,
"Those who have not been enclosed in the walls of a prison without cause can have but little idea how sweet the voice of a friend is. One token of friendship from any source whatever awakens every sympathetic feeling."
But more distressing to the prisoners than their physical circumstances were the meager details they received concerning the hardships being faced by members of the church.
Forsake your religion. Abandon your prophet. If you do not, you need not expect redress, for there is none.
It is impossible for my pen to tell you of our situation. 5,000 men, women, and children driven from their homes in poverty.
We ask for the privileges guaranteed all free citizens to live and worship God according to our own conscience.
No one but God knows the feelings of my heart when I left our home and almost all of everything that we possessed, excepting our little children, and took my journey out of the state.
Liberty Jail was a place of painful refining for Joseph Smith and his companions. As he tried to pen words of consolation to the suffering saints, Joseph poured out his anguish in prayer.
O God, where art thou? And where is the pavilion that covereth thy hiding place? How long shall thy hand be stayed, and thine eye behold from the heavens the wrongs of thy people?
In this cramped, confining prison cell, Joseph received answer to his prayers. Through revelation, he was given teachings as lofty as the heavens.
My son, peace be unto thy soul. Thine adversity and thine afflictions shall be but a small moment, and then, if thou endure it well, God shall exalt thee on high. If thou art called to pass through tribulation, if the heavens gather blackness, and all the elements combine to hedge up the way, know thou, my son, that all these things shall give thee experience, and shall be for thy good. The Son of Man hath descended below them all. Art thou greater than he?
Other important truths were also revealed in the Liberty Jail.
Behold, there are many called, but few are chosen. And why are they not chosen? Because their hearts are set so much upon the things of this world. Fear not what man can do, for God shall be with you forever and ever. Let virtue garnish thy thoughts unceasingly. Then shall thy confidence wax strong in the presence of God. The Holy Ghost shall be thy constant companion, and thy scepter an unchanging scepter of righteousness and truth.
The words of comfort and perspective revealed in Liberty Jail sustained Joseph Smith and the members of the church through this trial and many others which followed. What could have been a time of despair became a season of faith. The members of the church found temporary refuge in the state of Illinois. In April 1839, a change of venue was ordered for the prisoners. Realizing that there was no valid charge against them, the sheriff, directed by his superiors, allowed them to escape. They soon joined their friends and family in Illinois. Today, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints remember the Liberty Jail not as a place of suffering, but as a sacred spot where faith was tested and found sufficient. A place where the voice of God was heard again as he spoke to a living prophet. A place where revelation was given for all mankind.
We do not feel remorse or hatred or anything toward anybody. Things happen to all peoples. The Israelites were in bondage to the Egyptians for hundreds of years. But the Lord sent Joseph Smith here for a specific purpose, and that was to humble him and for him to receive revelation that he had not received before. And he received what is known as the 121st, 122nd, and 123rd sections of the Doctrine and Covenants. And some of the things were related in this program.
For my family,
I'd have 2 rows of beans, a couple rows of onions, and then I'd have 2 rows of peas, one early and then another a little later on. The same way as beans, I'd plant 2 more rows.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
God, I just...
Made me mess up my picture.
Howdy.
Howdy. Dad made me mess up on my picture.
Oh.
now you're on video.
Dad! I don't mind.
Hi, Grace.
A cat's just sticking his head up a little in the grass.
Oh yeah, see the cat?
How far back? Oh yeah.
He goes over there in that tall grass.
There's a blue jay.
Yeah, they bother him. He used to get out here and sleep in the strawberry bed. The birds come down and you can let them have it.
Where's your little grave site?
What's the...
Can I see in there?
Sure, just a minute.
I don't have a turn.
Okay, just a minute.
Look the other way, there.
Hello. No.
I'll put my feet on.
I'm gonna get another one of these for you. And tomorrow, or whenever we have time, I'll have to get started on, finding pictures and starting to draw. This is the carving.
Hi, Gracie. Smile. Oh, good smile. Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that hurt me. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Ouch was right.
Ouch is step on it. You step on my toe today. You can't get me.
No.
So there's Lisa
Well, you got
and
your dog
Grace.
shaved. Mine sure needs shaved. Bobby's got his camera.
Her name's Lisa as well. Now is Lisa a daughter of Lisa?
Yes.
Okay.
She's her next to the youngest.
So Lisa
Next to the
Jr.
baby.
Lisa and Alisa.
Oh, Lisa and Alisa. Okay.
Lisa and Alisa.
Okay. And who's this with the baby? The boy?
That's Justin.
Justin?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wait, it's Justin.
And the baby's name, what? I know her middle name's Dawn. What's the baby's name?
And the little boy's name is Ryan.
What's the baby's name?
The baby's name is Valerie.
Valerie
Dawn.
Dawn. Okay. And there's Rebecca on the video camera.
I'll get this right here. Can you get that?
Yeah. What's the dog's name? Do you know?
I believe it's Tom.
Tom?
She's got a hold of his ear.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get ornery because of that.
That's what keeps a lot of them from drilling because but there is
You getting in trouble, dog?
Good one, Justin. Catch it. Oh! You just about caught it.
Wow! That was amazing.
Can I do it?
Yeah, hold on a second. Actually, here, go stand over here. Hold it. Put your hand up. Okay. Look through there.
Catch it, Justin.
Over here.
Yeah! Oh, close. Okay, you getting them in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay, let me press this button.
Hi there.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Good.
This is Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Valerie Dawn.
Dawn Husky.
She's a little tiny husky.
Yeah. Just run out of tape or something.
That was the first one I almost caught.
You just about caught that.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's out of tape.
She gets a hold of Mama and she wants to get me. Go for some more.